Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. The first 15 to 30 minutes of the live stream, we're going to go through a ton of charts. We got a lot of charts to cover today, a lot of exciting stuff, especially if you're a market sniper. And in the second half of the stream, if you're a subscriber to the YouTube channel, you can comment as a subscriber. If you want me to cover a certain asset, make sure to let me know what the symbol is, if it's crypto, if it's stocks, what the name of it is, and the context, right? So go ahead and put all that in the comments. If you're looking to take a long, maybe you're already in a long position, you're looking possibly take profit. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. We got a lot to cover. We're going to jump right in. Google was down 9% in after hours. Even though the earnings came out positive, this is why we don't trade fundamentals. This is why we don't trade on the channel, earnings and all that stuff, right? We've been covering Google since day one on the live streams, talking about bearish divergence. We talked about yesterday, did Google possibly put in a sneaky lower high, right? We're going to cover all that today. Bitcoin still hovering around $35,000. What's up, John Pye? Welcome back. Smash the like. Thank you. Appreciate that. Our goal is 100 likes, right? Bitcoin weekly chart. The candles are on fire still. It's ultra bullish, still hovering around $35,000. Last night, if you missed it, we put on the live stream, or not the live stream. We recorded a 26-minute video, opportunity alert. We're going to cover all of that briefly here. We're going to go through the Bitcoin miners. We're going to go through a handful of crypto assets that what if price hits similar targets to Bitcoin, could be a massive to the upside, but we did do a video recording back here. So go take a look at that. If you missed it 13 hours ago, go look over there. So let's dive right into the charts. We got Bitcoin here on the weekly chart. And let's turn on the drawings. Let's take a look where we could possibly see Bitcoin head after this, right? Broke out here, had the buy signal on the weekly chart, regained the 200-week moving average last week, back above $28,000. The 200-week moving average is at 28,400. And then after that, it just started to get more and more bullish and has become ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Hit target 2 of the longer term targets, right? And it's continuing to be ultra bullish on the weekly chart, very similar to Bitcoin dominance chart, right? We had these targets mapped out since the buy signal way back here in December 2022. We had the Bitcoin longer term targets. They're shorter term targets depending on the 1-hour chart, the 4-hour chart, the daily chart, the weekly chart, right? So depending on what time frame, we have different targets for different time frames. So going back to the Bitcoin dominance, we were talking about it was flipping bullish on the weekly chart. There was a buy signal, hit target 1. It takes time to play out. Took 4 months for it to hit target 1. Took another couple months to hit target 2. Then consolidated for another 4 months, right? And now it's broke back above the 200-week moving average, right? Took 10 months for Bitcoin dominance to regain the 200-week moving average. Many people thought it wouldn't never get this high. It would never get back above the 200-week moving average, and it has, right? And now it's getting closer and closer. Many people said that we wouldn't be seeing the 55 to 56% area for Bitcoin dominance. It's closing in on it now. It's at 54.39%, and it is currently ultra bullish. The weekly candles are on fire. Caesar, good afternoon, Jesse. Can you chart SoFi? Sure. Yeah. Early bird gets the worm, Caesar. You're the first one for the request. Emmanuel, longtime sniper. Good morning. Welcome back. Wes Diddy, let's go. John Pye in the house, right? We're smashing likes, right? Make sure everyone's smashing likes out there. GBTC, we cover this in greater detail on the video. Definitely go take a look at it. This video from 13 hours ago, we covered that in greater detail. Is GBTC also leading the way for Bitcoin? Is it also leading the way for these Bitcoin miners, right? It's already hit target 2 of these longer targets. filled this gap as well, filled this gap here. It's ultra bullish on GBTC, but we're just telling you what's happening. We mapped all this out in advance a long time ago. And it's not just to keep saying, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. That's great. But we're using it as like an idea. What if some of these other assets hit similar targets? The opportunity alert, right? So that's what we're talking about. The opportunity alert. And you go check out that video. I take a deeper dive, 26 minutes. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'm going to run through all these charts in just extremely fast, right? So MicroStrategy is not ultra bullish yet, right? What if MicroStrategy flips ultra bullish, right? Do you want to chase MicroStrategy now? No. But if you're already holding MicroStrategy, maybe you continue to keep trying to push it, see if it comes back up, it hits target 3, right? Bitfarm, pending buy signal on the weekly chart. It was not pending a buy signal last night, right? When I did the video in after hours, it was not pending a buy signal. I don't believe. I don't know. I covered so many charts on the Bitcoin miners and crypto assets. Still early. A pending buy signal. Hasn't even regained the 200-week moving average. Hasn't even hit target 1 yet. Massive potential on a pending buy signal. You're talking massive potential Bitfarms. It's still early. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart. Riot, pending buy signal on the weekly chart, right? Already hit shorter term target 1, right? Massive potential for Riot, pending buy signal. Marathon Digital doesn't even have a pending buy signal. Aldo, good morning. Did you miss me? Yes, we missed you. You misspelling my name every morning to be consistent. Yes, what happened to you? You don't have to answer that. I know you did. Well, I just did. So I always brag about how consistent you are, and then you missed the live stream. So, I'm going to have to start taking that back. Welcome back, Aldo. Marathon Digital, not even pending a buy signal yet on the weekly chart. Riot is, Bitfarm is, Hut is, right? Pending buy signals. Are these the next major possible opportunities? We put out the video last night, 13 hours ago. Definitely go check it out. Could be amazing. Obviously, like I said, none of this is financial advice, right? You have to do your own research. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. Ethereum, pending buy signal. We talked about this on the video last night as well, right? Ethereum, pending buy signal, regaining the 200-week moving average. Very similar to Bitcoin, right? Came down, found support on the daily chart, was putting in additional bullish divergence. Good morning, Ollie. Hey, Jesse, you just saw some news about Mara dilution. That's why not a huge reaction today, I'm assuming. Nah, I don't worry about the news. I just trade the charts, Ollie. I leave that for the macro experts and the people who tell me what happens after a move happens, right? It seems like it's probably just lagging time-wise. Marathon Digital is not pending a buy signal on the weekly chart yet, right? But it's looking very similar. And there's already a buy signal on the daily chart on Monday. So I don't really, saw some news about dilution. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't impact my trading whatsoever. So that's my thoughts on that. Welcome to the channel, Ollie. Welcome back. So let's get back to the weekly chart. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart for Ethereum. Looks like it found support. It's regaining the 200-week moving average. Solana had a buy signal a few weeks ago, and it's continuing to pump. Nailed all these shorter term targets to the upside, right? Continuing to trend towards target 1. We covered this one on the video last night as well. Definitely check it out. Link is in the description, I believe. Pretty sure. Chainlink had a buy signal back in September, and then started to break above this trend line that we had drawn out, right? Started to break above at $8.20, became bullish. Now it's ultra bullish, very similar to Bitcoin. On the weekly chart, continuing to pump. See if it regains the 200-week moving average. Very similar to Bitcoin, very similar to Ethereum, very similar to some of the Bitcoin miners. We'll see if it comes up and hits one of these targets up here. DOT is DOT lagging time-wise as well? Is DOT the next big potential? There's no pending buy signal on the weekly chart for DOT yet. I covered this on the video last night. Go take a look at it. It's up 3.5%. I think when I did the video, it was at like 4.18 or 4.2 possibly. So it's already up. Near, no pending buy signal on near weekly chart yet, right? Not yet, right? So does that mean it's going to? Possibly. Hasn't even had a buy signal since March 2022. So talk about potential. If it flips to a pending buy signal on near, there hasn't even been a buy signal on the weekly chart since March 2022. Just let that sink in. 1.5 years. Near has not even had a buy signal on the weekly chart. It still does not, right? But could it? It could. It may take some time. It could be lagging significantly time-wise, but it could be a fast mover and just spike up quickly. Whereas, it's possible that, DOT flips next before near. And then we've got Cardano, right? So Cardano, we don't have a pending buy signal yet, but it is breaking out of this downward trend line at 28 cents. We talked about this on the video, covered it last night as well. We took a 26-minute deeper dive there, talking about all these targets, right? Talking about all these milestones that we're watching. And it's already hit the shorter term target 1. Looks like it's breaking out of this downward trend line. And we'll continue to watch Cardano. Yes, I have some investments in them. Yes, I'm playing them to the upside. And no, I didn't go all in, right? That's not my style. Okay, now we're going to switch gears. We're going to look over those are the bullish opportunities. Yes, there are bullish opportunities while the NASDAQ is going through a correction, right? Weekly chart for NASDAQ, it was pumping. The NASDAQ was pumping and rallying, right? While crypto winter was here, right? While Bitcoin winter was here, it started pumping about the same time Bitcoin did. But while crypto winter was here, a lot of the Bitcoin miners, crypto winter. So could they start pumping while NASDAQ is correcting? Yes, it's possible. It's starting to look like that on the charts. This is the first, maybe not the first pending sell signal, but we have a pending sell signal. We've been talking about it. Although it could be a little bit of both. We can talk about it, but in my opinion, yes, it could be weak, but also it could be, in my opinion, I think it's just lagging time-wise. So I'll come back to all the comments. We're going to keep going here. We have not had a sell signal on the NASDAQ weekly chart yet, right? Could this be? We talked about it last week. We talked about it weeks in advance when there was potential pending sell signals at the time, right? Still trending down. Was the NASDAQ outperforming or lagging time-wise? Yes, you could say it's performing better than the Russell 2000. You could say it's better. It has been performing better than the Dow Jones and even the S&P 500. But also, I think it's lagging time-wise, right? So you could call it both. We have a pending sell signal on the weekly chart. Will this be the first sell signal on the NASDAQ weekly chart? It would be lagging the Dow Jones, which had one September, right? Had one back in September. Has already hit a couple targets to the downside. If you missed it, go back to the Dow Jones market meltdown confirmed. You can also look at the S&P 500 crash video 10 days ago. And then, of course, you can look at the market crash covering the NASDAQ, potential overall longer term targets to the downside. There is some potential for some big moves to the downside. So I'd put those 3 videos out, one for the Dow Jones, one for the S&P 500, and one for the NASDAQ, right? So Russell 2000 continues to lead the way to the downside. If we get a weekly close at this current level of $1,666, it would take out, it's already taken out this pivot low. It would take out this pivot low here. The pivot low here is at $1,669 on the Russell 2000. It would take out this low, and it would basically, in my opinion, increase the probabilities that we're coming back down to this lower macro target here, sub $1,500 on the Russell 2000. Is it leading the way? Is it more bearish? The answer to the question is yes and yes. Reversal candle back in July 2023, right? Last sell signal was September, right? Going back up SP 500, right? Breaking down from this longer term trend line. Seems like it's going to retest the 200-week moving average. Russell 2000 is well below it, right? The Dow Jones looks like it's coming back to retest the 200-week moving average, right? NASDAQ, could it come back down and retest this 200-week moving average? I hope so. I bet on it, right? I bet on it. NASDAQ futures, I'm in shorts, right? I was in shorts. I was out of shorts with, bounces along the way. I'm capitalizing on both, on all the bounces, right? I'm capitalizing, I'm taking profits, and then I'm getting back in at a key breakdown, right? So I'm currently in my NASDAQ future short again, right? So obviously not financial advice. This is just me, right? So it's a pretty big payday, getting back down to the next target, and then the next target, and then the next target, right? We won't even speculate or talk about getting down into this area and what it would look like on a payday for me, but take it level by level, target by target, and bounce by bounce, right? So that's the NASDAQ, that's the Dow Jones, that's S&P 500, that's the Russell 2000. The dollar on the weekly is still currently bullish. It's only retraced the target one so far, right? It's kind of letting the trending dots catch up. So it may not hit these lower targets. We thought it might possibly hit these lower targets based off of the daily chart. There was some bearish divergence here, but in my opinion, the bearish divergence is already cleared. Is this a double bottom on the daily chart? It's possible, right? Had a buy signal. Now we'll see if it follows through to the upside, right? Kind of redraw this. You could even draw it like this, where there's a buy signal, a fake out here, a buy signal. If it regains this while the weekly chart is still bullish, right? Then you can see the price continue to move up while the weekly chart is still bullish. 10-year yield is still currently ultra bullish on the weekly chart, still currently ultra bullish on the monthly chart. So that's the 10-year yield continuing to trend upwards towards this longer macro target here based off of a 40-year downward trend line break back here, January 2022, right? Continuing to trend upwards. The VIX up 6.22% today. Has a pending reversal signal on the weekly chart, but if we zoom in here on the daily chart, kind of drew this out a couple days ago. There was a reversal candle, and we talked about, will it come back down, fake out back to the downside, find support at the trending dots, and then break back out to the upside. We talked about this. We covered it. Seems like it could. We talked about it's a wild animal. Expect moves like that, right? We drew that back on the live streams almost a month ago. So expect all of that. It seems like it has possibly found support here at the trending dots and back to this trend line. So this, remember, I didn't love this downward trend line, but the downward trend line is from the March 2020 highs of the VIX, right? So March 2020 highs of the VIX looks like it's breaking off. And if it starts coming back up here, takes out this pivot here at 2181, then we're looking to retest 200-week moving average again, and then ultimately hit this fourth target out of four. I removed the first target, and then we'll see if there's some bigger targets to the upside after that. That's the VIX. The gold, we were talking about it, still bullish, still hasn't put in a higher low as of yet, right? That would be your next entry point, is if gold puts in a higher low at some point, maybe it just goes straight to the moon. Silver looks a little bit different. Had this big pump up, followed by a reversal candle. Is this a fake out, right? Is this a fake out on silver? It's too early to say, but this could be a fake out. This could be a lower high. Maybe it's finding support just above the 200-week moving average, finding support at the trending dots, right? And in hindsight, maybe this will put in a lower high. But silver is kind of battling that 200-week moving average after a big drop down. So it's kind of in no man's land, right? So keep an eye on that. Not really showing the exact direction quite yet. It's kind of a wait and see. Let's move over to the Magnificent Seven. Did NVIDIA just put in another lower high, right? Put in the reversal candle and a lower high back up here. We talked about it. Getting a little bit of a lag time on my charts over here. Not sure what's happening. We pay for this high-speed internet. We pay for this high-speed gaming laptop. We pay for all of this. Chart has gone blank on me. Middle of the live stream. This is great. Facebook, pending sell signal on Facebook daily chart, right? Let's go back to NVIDIA. All right, there we go. We're back. We're back alive. You know, this is the great thing about being live, right? Internet lagging, high-speed gaming laptop just for the live streams that I got lagging, right? So here we are. We're back into it. We're back into it. Back in the flow. Okay, reversal candle on NVIDIA plus a lower high, right? That was our question mark. Then it started to break down with the reversal candle. Then back tested, came back down. This is what we talked about. Then it gapped down with the sell signal, right? Came all the way back down and hit this target area again. Then it was bouncing, kind of letting the trending dots, letting the moving averages catch up, letting the EMA catch up on RSI. This is looking like a lower high, right? MACD, let's take a look at the MACD. We talked about this, that it could possibly just kind of roll over and put in another lower high on MACD, and it did. It's back below the zero line, right? It's bearish on the MACD. It's bearish on the daily chart for NVIDIA, looking like a lower high. Weekly chart, what's the weekly chart looking like? Still no sell signal quite yet on the weekly chart, but as you can see, it's putting in lower highs, right? Putting in lower lows, and it's continuing trend downward as of right now. So NVIDIA, no sell signal on the weekly chart, just like we talked about on the NASDAQ, but now the NASDAQ has a pending sell signal. It just takes time to play out. Meta, right? No sell signal on the weekly chart yet. Seems like it's holding on for dear life. I don't think the trending dots are going to be able to hold for much longer. We had a peak. We had a lower peak. It wasn't the all-time peak. It was a rally peak, right? We have this massive 20% gap down here at 153. I'm sure there's a lot of perma bulls that will be surprised if we come back down and fill this massive 20% gap, just like we probably had some perma bears down here in November 22. That Facebook is, I remember all the news, right? I remember all the news, Facebook. Oh, they messed up on what's called the goggles or whatever, right? They made some bad decisions, and then it rallied and closed this massive 21% gap, right? And now they can probably do no wrong. They're rolling out new goggles, right? Whatever the news is rolling out, and then people will be surprised when this massive 20% gap eventually gets filled. I personally would be very surprised if this massive 20% gap never gets filled, right? Never gets filled. Just like I would have been very surprised if this massive 21% gap never got filled. So daily chart, pending sell signal on Meta, right? Bearish divergence on the daily chart, looking like a lower high on the weekly chart. Let's keep going. We still have a lot to cover. Want to get through all the comments. Tesla John, welcome back. Can you look at LTC Litecoin? Sure. Did you go long any of the miners? You better believe it, Tesla John. I talked about it in the video. Talked about it in the Discord. Yes, I definitely did, right? I definitely did. So go take a look at that video, 26 minutes. Talk about it. I don't give the exact details of what my long positions are, but I was already in some long positions, and then I got into some more long positions as well. So Amazon, continuing to sell off on the weekly chart, had the weekly sell below the 200-week moving average, continuing to sell off. Amazon, one of two Magnificent Seven stocks that went below and retested the March 2020 lows. Weekly sell signal back below the 200-week moving average, continuing to trend down on Amazon, right? Continuing to trend down on the weekly chart. Microsoft, getting a bounce, right? Getting a bounce on the daily chart. Pumped up and gapped up, right? This was not the lower high. Unless, right? Unless the daily closes back below 332. Probably won't do that, but it's possible. If price closes back below 332 today or 333, whatever it is exactly, this would still be the lower high. If not, it would still be a potential lower high than 359, right? So that's Microsoft. It gapped up. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. We're going to talk about Google, right? Tesla. We talked about this after hitting this target, after going below the 200-week moving average, after hitting this target down here, right? A little bit of a bounce. We talked about it. There's going to be some profit taking down here. Would it bounce similar to silver, right? There was a lot of similarities to the breakdown here on Tesla and silver. When Tesla was up here, we were calling it out at 262. Then we talked about 253. Arnold was in a short 257. I'm sure Arnold is out of all the shorts by now, right? So big gains with the 8x leverage over there. Awesome work from Arnold, one of our snipers. And now it's just bouncing, right? Would it come back up, back test this trend line? It never did. It gapped through it. Would it come back up, retest the trending dots at 240? Would it fill this gap up here at 242? All possibilities. We'll put in a bear flag and then reverse back down. All possibilities on Tesla. Weekly chart had a sell signal. It is bearish on the weekly chart. Very similar to what silver was looking like as well. Apple continuing to trend downward on the weekly chart. Had the sell signal back here at 172 on the weekly chart. The daily chart continuing to trend down, kind of letting all the trending dots catch up. This was the lower high, right? Will it put in another lower low? Will it continue down to lower targets? That's what we'll find out. Down almost 1% today. Google was down big, right? Google was down more than 9%. Google was down to 126. This is why you don't trade fundamentals, right? You don't trade fundamentals. Why? Look at the fundamentals, right? Fundamentals, earnings, after hours, beat expectations, right? But what's more important than that? What is more important than Google earnings, right? Bearish divergence. We called it out. We talked about it. We're always aware of, watch out for future bearish divergence. We had future bearish divergence here on October 12th. We've been covering it. It looked like we were putting in a sneaky lower high. We talked about it on the live streams. We continue to sniper the markets together in real time on these live streams, covering it. It was starting to look bearish, right? It was starting to break down. And then we had a sell signal here, right? It had a sell signal at 136. Price came down to 135, pushed back up, trapped some more additional bulls. Positive earnings came out, and then they did what they do. The market makers, they did what they do, and they put in another lower high before earnings comes out positive at 140, and they gap it down 9.8% to the wick, and that's what they do. They've done it to me. It's part of the game. You don't win them all, right? But we've been talking about the bearish divergence. We talked about the lower high. Looks like they put in another sneaky lower high. It's a game. They play it. They're the masters of the game. We are the cleaner fish. They're the big sharks. They're the great white sharks. We are the cleaner fish that swim with the great white sharks. We don't try to attack the great white sharks. We don't try to provoke the great white sharks. We don't try to get eaten by the great white sharks. We try to be the cleaner fish to swim with the great white sharks and take advantage of these opportunities to the downside. That is the Magnificent Seven. Let's get back over to our charts over here and let's start going through all the comments. Welcome back, everyone. West Diddy, let's go. My main man over there. Good morning. Marcus Snipers from JO on the show. John Pye, welcome back. Thumbs up, likes, please. Caesar, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about subscribe. Let's get a little obnoxious with it. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like button, right? So, help me, help you, help me with the channel. That'd be great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's keep going. Emmanuel, what's up, Jesse? Good morning, fam. Longtime sniper. Awesome. Gert, Jan. I think I'm saying it right. Gert, Jan. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, Gert. Aldo, yes, we missed you. We missed the spelling. Not sure what happened. Kids have been sick. But I've been watching the replay. Okay. Well, we appreciate you on the replay too, Aldo. If you're going to miss the live stream because the kids are sick, we'll allow it. Family comes first. I hope they all get healthier. I'm assuming they're getting better if you're back on the live streams. But if you're on the replay crew, you can still comment and misspell my name. You don't have to be on the live stream to misspell my name, Aldo. You can be consistent and be on the replay crew and still comment and misspell my name. I hope the kids are feeling better. I hope you guys stay healthy over there and bounce back. So, Ollie, just saw some news about Marathon digital dilution. That's why not a huge reaction today, I'm assuming. No, I think it's just lagging time-wise. That's just my own personal thoughts. Are near ADA lagging or just weak? I mean, you could say that they're weak, but in my personal opinion, although I think they're lagging. And I bet on it, right? So I bet on it. Not financial advice. I bet on it, right? Looking for the opportunities that are lagging, possibly time-wise. Yes, you could say that they're weak. They are weak as of right now, but it could mean that they're just lagging time-wise, and eventually they won't just be weak, right? So, but you are right. Currently, they are weaker because they're not currently pumping, because currently they are possibly lagging time-wise, and that's what I kind of think right now. So, also, how long you think crypto can keep this up while TradeFi is selling off? This is what we talk about a lot, Aldo, with the snipers, is that, we trade the chart in front of us, right? We trade the chart in front of us first and foremost. So whether you're trading MicroStrategy individually or Bitfarms or the NASDAQ, right? I'm in a long position on, say, Bitcoin miners and a couple of the crypto assets while I'm shorting the NASDAQ futures, right? So I treat them I am aware of them. And, we did talk about this on previous videos, with the market possibly correcting bigger. Will Bitcoin finally break correlation, or will it eventually break down hard as well? I still think, until proven otherwise, and it could be proving otherwise, it's always a possibility. But once Bitcoin's done pumping, will it have a bigger correction similar to the markets? If the markets were to have a bigger correction, I think so. I still think it's a high risk on asset. And so, but could it pump in the short term while the NASDAQ is, while I'm in a short? Definitely, right? Could the dollar get bullish on July 2021 and be really bullish on the weekly chart while Bitcoin, the NASDAQ, continues to pump all the way till November 2021 in December? Yeah, there was like 5 or 6 months where the dollar was pumping, Bitcoin was pumping, and the NASDAQ was pumping, and all the stocks were pumping while the dollar is pumping. So trade the chart in front of you first and foremost. Tesla John, what's up, Jesse? You look at Litecoin. Sure. That's one of the ones I didn't cover last night because I had to call it at some point. The 26-minute video could have been a 5-hour video, but at some point I had to call it, right? Let me just take a look. I know I have it on the watch list. But just for purposes of saving time, Litecoin spot. Where is it? Which one? Oh, right here. No, that's the market cap. Let's just look at the perpetual. Probably not the best chart to look at. Daily chart had a buy signal back here, October 2023. So a couple days ago, October 2021, 2023. All right. So a couple days ago, had a buy signal, right? Seems like it's probably still early. The weekly chart still doesn't even have a pending buy signal yet. MACD hasn't even crossed over bullish yet on the weekly chart. It's possible we could see Litecoin have a pending buy signal, very similar to the other crypto assets that I covered on last night's video. So go take a look at that video. But Litecoin could be lagging time-wise as well. Did you go long? Yep, I sure did. Tesla John. PayPal bounce when? Javier, who knows? You must be holding PayPal, right? You must be holding PayPal if someone's always asking, or while it's crashing, you must be holding PayPal. Is that true? Or are you just waiting patiently, right? So the weekly chart is still bearish, right? It's still bearish on the weekly chart. It's still trending down. It's back to 2017 prices, right? PayPal is all the way back to 2017. The monthly chart has had a last sell signal at 186 and is still, I'm patiently waiting along PayPal. Okay, cool. Well, still remain patient. Keep in mind, Javier, the monthly chart is still bearish. The weekly chart is still bearish. It's going to take some time for it to bounce back around, right? Maybe the daily chart will have bounces here or there. And if we look at it, but the monthly chart is bearish. The weekly chart is bearish. And the daily chart is ultra bearish, right? Ultra bearish. It continues to drop on PayPal. One of the bigger players hates PayPal right now. I'm not sure what's happening, but PayPal had positive earnings last quarter and they dumped it, right? PayPal has positive earnings back here. I took a loss on the gap down. Cut your losses. Is one of those ones where I can't remember. It was either here, May, or here in August. I can't remember. I think it was May. The charts lined up for a possible breakout. And then, oh, by the way, earnings were positive, and then they gap it down, right? So I took a loss on PayPal back here, and then now it continues to be ultra bearish on the daily, is bearish on the weekly, and bearish on the monthly. So not much to see there. Olson, welcome back, my man, longtime sniper. And he is the sentiment sniper in the Discord, always posting crypto sentiment there. I appreciate it. Messed up on metaverse. That's what it was. That was what I was trying to think of. They messed up on metaverse. Yeah, at the lows, right? At the bottom, when Meta was crashing down and they left open a 21% gap, and before the rally, Meta, aka Facebook, was, the narrative was why it was so bearish at the time was that they messed up metaverse, right? So then it rallied, and now I'm sure the goggles are a hit, right? And then it goes back down and fills a 20% gap, and then they mess up the metaverse again. There's always a narrative afterwards. There's always a reason why. We just stare at charts. That's all we do. Colson, smash the like button. Only 14 likes. What? Usually by the end of the live stream, we have at least 30. Man, that is light on likes. Come on. Help me. Help you. Help me. Let's go. As always, insane charts and education. Doc, thank you. Welcome back, my man. Colson, it's at 12. We're at 12. Javier, oh man, we lost 2. Someone didn't like it. Hey, whether you like it or not, the charts are what they are, and that's all we can do. Tesla John, you are long the miners with options or shares or both. Yeah, it's none of your business, Tesla John. None of your business. None of your business. I'm in both. I'm in both, Tesla John. It's none of your business. Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Let's go. Been killing it with Bitfarm and Master. MicroStrategy. You have? Rick's. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What are you killing it with on there? Oh, smash the likes. Smash, smash, smash. Let's show our appreciation for this invaluable education. Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Thank you. He's been watching me for a while, but got into the Discord a week or two ago. Welcome, Rick's Moneymakers Helton. I'm patiently watching. Awesome. Good to see patient people. Continue to be patient. Sep her 0th77. Yo, Jesse, been following you on X for a while. Awesome. Thank you. Just subbed and nice to be on board on lives. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we're new to the live streams. September 6th, we went our first ever public live stream, right? Had to upgrade some equipment, had to upgrade. We had the fast speed internet, but we already paid for that, but we had to upgrade to a gaming laptop to push it. We had to upgrade to the streaming software and had to plug in a better camera, right? So we had to do some upgrades. And Caesar, you liked it. Awesome. Thank you. So thank you for being on board. I appreciate that. Do we have any other requests? What's going on? Not too many requests. We're going to try to cut it short right at 1 hour, but we have 19 minutes to go. Bitcoin, still ultra bullish on the daily chart, still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Let's take a quick look at some more. GBTC, MicroStrategy, thanks for bringing that up, Rick. Still bullish. Bitfarm was pending a buy signal on the weekly chart, right? Was pending, still early, in my opinion. Riot was pending a buy signal when we started the live stream, right? Marathon Digital, Hut is still pending a buy signal on the weekly chart. So they're getting very close to a pending buy signal, and they were even flashing a pending buy signal when we started the live stream 42 minutes ago. Reza, can we check Rivian? Sure. Yeah. Rivian, where are you? I know you're on the watch list because I get this request a lot. I've personally never traded Rivian. I don't like to be in too many trades at once, but Rivian, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? All right, let me just type it in. Stocks. Rivian. There it is. Okay. All right, there it is. I would have never found it. So it's still currently bearish on the weekly chart. Reza, Gert Jan, can you do Holo Hot USD? Sure. All right. We'll definitely do that. We still have 17 more minutes. If you guys want to take a look at anything, NVIDIA down 3%, Google back down 9%. Whew. Rivian is still bearish on the weekly chart. We talked about this actually back here, right? I remember covering it on the live streams. We were talking about it. Let's go to the daily chart. Let's zoom in on the daily chart, right? We were talking about this. I know we were. There was bearish divergence, found support. It was starting to break back down. We had this gap, right? And a couple of days ago, it filled the gap. But the daily chart is still currently bearish. The weekly chart is still currently bearish. So it could take some time for the ship to get turned around, right? Not jumping into anything quite yet, right? So let's see. Let's take a look. Still trending down on the daily chart. MACD is still bearish and below the zero line. There's no signs of a reversal quite yet on Rivian. The weekly chart, still bearish, right? Could have cleared out the bullish divergence on the weekly chart. Could put in future bullish divergence, but there's another MACD bearish crossover on the weekly chart, and it's already heading back below the zero line, right? So could it find support at this key level where the gap is? Definitely. Could a higher low be put in? Definitely. But it may take some time, right? It may take some time. And I kind of map this out like this, where, if you see it kind of like this play out, this is what I kind of watch. You kind of see it play out like this, come back down, put in a higher low at some point, maybe even like this, and then break out. This would be like March 2024, right? Even if this was the bottom and it started to turn around now, right? This longer term breakout might not happen until December, right? It may take a while for a bigger breakout. So, are you guessing bottoms as of right now? Yeah, as of right now, you're guessing bottoms. This could be a higher low in hindsight, but it's still trending down, right? It's going to still take some time for the trending dots to and price to get back above it, possibly. And it's just going to take some time, in my opinion. And there's always a potential for Rivian to put in additional bullish divergence. And this is why we wait for higher probabilities as snipers. You got bullish divergence. You got bullish divergence. What if it puts in additional bullish divergence, right? Comes all the way back down here, right? And then puts in a higher low and then comes out. It's possible, right? It's possible it puts in the additional bullish divergence, and then you're down at $7, right? So if you're guessing bottoms all the way down, you're guessing bottoms all the way down to where it's at 31%. You're guessing bottoms all the way down. That's not mine. I don't catch falling knives, Reza. I don't like to do that. I don't like to guess. I like to have higher probabilities. And even with the higher probabilities, we're not going to be 100%. But I can tell you, waiting for a higher probability reversal, we're going to be much closer to 100%, especially on the weekly chart, than we are guessing bottoms. Trust me. Hold on. Okay, Gert-Jan. All right, now we're starting to get some requests. I'm going to cover as many requests as I can and talk about your comments as much as I can for the next 14 minutes. And then I'm going to call it. Good morning, Luis. Welcome back. I'm going to cover as much as I can, as fast as I can for 14 minutes. Make sure to smash that like button. Let's do our best to get to at least 25 to 30 likes before the live stream is over. Let's do our best. Come on. Share it on YouTube if you have to. Share it on the Twitter X app if you have to. Do what you must to help me, help you, help me. Let's keep going. All right, let's find this. I don't think I've ever charted this, or at least I don't remember charting this. Maybe it's been hot, right? Maybe it's been since 2021 when I had a lot of requests back then, right, for various crypto assets. So let's take a look at it. Weekly chart on hot. Let's zoom out, right? There is a lot of chart history on it. So I do like this one already. Like goes back for Binance to 2019, right? So pumped all the way up to 3 cents, right? Wow, that's an incredible pump. So from that last buy signal back down here, roughly 4,600%, right? It's been in a bear market ever since April 2021. And it's just basically been going sideways and down, right? So now here we are looking at it. Looks very similar, Gert-Jan, to the crypto assets I covered on the video last night. So definitely go take a look at it. Get some ideas for the bounces and stuff and possible potential, right? So we did have a weekly close back above the trending dots. We do have a green trending dot there, right? Is this starting to show us what could happen next? Could we see a pending buy signal in the near future? I think so. We do have a MACD bullish crossover. Gert-Jan, are you currently in a position or are you looking to get in a position? Because I'm sure there's already a buy signal on the daily chart. We could start to flip bullish on the weekly chart. It already had a candle close above, followed by another one, followed by while we're taking a look at hot right now, hot US. Oh, I'm sorry, this is USDT. You asked for USD, but we're too deep in now. We're too committed to this chart. We're not switching it now. I'm sorry, Gert-Jan. You're gonna have to deal with USDT. Will it flip to a pending buy signal in the near future? Yes, I think it will, right? Could it come up and take out these pivots here and create a higher high? Could it? Yes, I think it possibly could. Could it come back up and retest the 200-week moving average? Yes, I think it possibly could, right? Let's move the MACD down, right? No bullish long-term divergence, right? Not really. I don't see any long-term bullish divergence, but I do see a possible higher low here. And this could be not really, but this looks like a sneaky higher low here back in October. So could we see a pump, here, here, here? Yes, those are like shorter term targets. If it flips these shorter term targets into support, then you can see it take out these levels, then possibly come up, retest 200-week moving average, and then possibly see some magic happen after that. That is hot. We have 10 minutes to go. Time to go. Rock and roll. I Jesse closed 100% of my positions a couple hours ago. Covering in case we catch up with, probably wait and see how this. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Emmanuel. Not sure what you're talking about before any new trades. Trade the chart in front of us first and foremost. Are you not sure what you're talking about? What asset? But let me know. Would love if you do Dolby stock. Okay, I think we just covered Rivian for you, Reza. So let me just get through a couple more. Maybe we can circle back if we have 9 more minutes. If we were to retrace soon, I have several alts I'm interested in. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think you might have already missed Link in Solana and maybe a few other ones. So if you missed it, wait for a pullback, right, on the daily chart. But, for example, Chainlink is ultra bullish on the daily chart and weekly chart. You wouldn't want to be chasing now. This is when people feel that fear of missing out. And this is when I start looking for the ones that might be lagging time-wise, right? How do you think a higher low and new long entry would look on those? I'm charting them. Get ready if possible mini all season 3 weeks. Yeah, just be careful. Don't be chasing, right? If you have more follow-up questions, Emmanuel, hit me in the Discord. Not going to have enough time to cover all of those on this today. Good morning, Luis. Welcome back. Can you please do analysis on BABA? Sure. Let's do BABA, and then we have enough time. We'll come back for Reza and do Dolby stock. If we have some more time, we can comment on Emmanuel as well. So that is hot. Let's look at BABA just to try to get more people, help more people, right? So BABA, let's take a look. So stocks, I know I have it on the watch list, and I've watched BABA and shorted it back in a long time ago, a couple of years ago. I was shorting Alibaba on the breakdown. It was one of the leading stocks, right, to the downside. And yeah, so the peak was end of 2020. So I was covering that and was shorting it back then. So this is the weekly chart. You can see that it was ultra bullish on the weekly chart and then had a sell signal, right? November 2020. And it's been in a bear market ever since, right? It is still currently bearish on the weekly chart. Did have this low here at $63, right? Never rallied as much as the other stocks. We talked about a potential rally in the Discord, and that was it. Based off of this potential rally down here, we were talking about at $79. It only got to 120. I mean, it was still a good bounce. If you look at it from back here, regaining the trailing dots, based on the buy signal on the daily chart, it was probably a 50 to 60% bounce, but never had that amazing rally. Imran. Oh man, I'm sorry, Imran Abdullah. I apologize if I mispronounce your name. That's why Aldo misspells my name. Keep me humble over here. Keep me in balance. So it's still bearish on the weekly chart. It's still bearish on the daily chart, right? It's just still bearish. It's well below the 200-week moving average. And there's just not much to report on it, right? The monthly chart had the last sell signal, July 2021, and has been below the 200-week moving average ever since. We're talking about more than 2 years below the 200-week moving average, right? It's been in a bear market for going on basically 3-year bear market, right? It is still hovering around 2015 prices. So not really much to report. Yep. Thanks, FA. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, sorry. hit me in the Discord if you've got some more follow-up questions, or direct message me or tag me, in the crypto assets and stuff like that. Just don't want to chase. You might be feeling that fear of missing out, but we're going to keep going. We're going to circle back to Rezo, take a look at Luis. What are your thoughts when you're looking at levels of the largest U.S. banks, especially Bank of America? Do you think a reversal is possible? Let's take a look at it. I haven't looked at it in a long time. BAC. Thank you, by the way, Luis, for doing the symbol and calling out Bank of America. It helps me a lot with the search. So I haven't looked at Bank of America in a long time, but it's in a free fall right now. It's in a free fall. I'm not calling bottoms here. The monthly chart is well below the 200-week moving average. We're back to 2017 prices, as you can see here, February 2017. Where is the end in sight, right? It is below the 200-week moving average. Is this the all-time high back in 2006? Is this a macro lower high? That's crazy if it is, right? Is it? It's just in a free fall. The monthly chart is bearish, and there is room to the downside, Luis. There is room to the downside based off the monthly chart. I'm not guessing bottoms here. What if our site comes all the way back down to the 30 level, right? You would see prices possibly all the way down sub $10, right? No way, no how am I guessing bottoms here. MACD is well below the zero line on the monthly chart. No signs of reversal on the monthly chart. Weekly chart is bearish, room to the downside. Daily chart is bearish, room to the downside, right? There's no end in sight. Doesn't mean there won't be bounces along the way, just like there's this bounce here to 27, just like there is a bounce here to $32, well below the 200-week moving average. Do you think a reversal is possible? I always think a reversal is possible, but I would wait for a higher probability reversal, and it is bearish with room to the downside on higher time frames. I would wait for the higher time frames. No matter what people say, no matter what people call, know the charts inside and out and trust yourself, what you see in the charts. Let's keep going. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning. Longtime sniper, Ugur, Aiden. Longtime Twitter X app follower. Awesome. Good to see you here. Most of the miners put in double tops on the 5-minute, maybe. I mean, you're a scalper, I guess, Tesla John, because you're talking about missing a scalp to the upside on Tesla, as we were talking about it breaking down and having bigger moves to the downside. I'm not really looking at the 5-minute chart. I'm not scalping the miners. Maybe it's time soon to get in position on a pullback. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The 5-minute charts, right? It can flip back around every couple hours, right? So if you're looking for an entry based on a 5-minute chart, maybe you do it based off of that and scalp. But then most likely you're probably out of it, and you're never really like doing the longer term swing trades like on the daily chart or the weekly chart, where you can really see those massive moves. Because on a 5-minute chart, you're going to see that it's way overbought or it's way oversold, and you're going to be in and out nonstop. So I think, long term, I think what snipers have seen, who have been in Discord, who have been following me for a long time, they start off on the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart, and then they end up just saying it's too much work and it's actually not even as profitable. And they finally come around to the higher time frames, maybe the daily chart. And in my opinion, I think most people would be more profitable being trading on the daily chart. They would be more profitable swing trading than in the 5-minute and 15-minute chart. So maybe the 5-minute chart, there's an entry, right? Maybe the 1-hour chart would be better. Who knows, right? We have 1 minute remaining. Did you get a chance to look? Oh, Caesar, you were the first one. All right, we got to take a look at it. Sorry, everyone else. We got to do. Thank you for reminding me, Caesar. Thank you. I apologize. Just went on that rant, right? SoFi, we got to take a look at it, and then I got to get going. What were you looking for? A bounce? Good afternoon. Can you chart SoFi? You're the first one. Still bearish on the daily chart. still trending downward. Room to the downside on the daily chart. Has not found support yet. Could find support. Hasn't found support yet. Let's look at the weekly chart. Right? Weekly chart is still currently bearish. Room to the downside. Wouldn't be calling it here on SoFi right now. Bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily chart, Caesar. If you have some follow-up questions, we can always take a deeper dive. I can look into it for you, but it's still bearish, still trending down. MACD, bearish crossover, hasn't even gone back below the zero line yet. The EMA is getting below is right at the 50 line on the RSI, starting to trend down, has not found support yet. So don't pick bottoms, right? Wait for higher probability reversals. It is trending downward. MACD on the daily had another bearish crossover. Is back below the zero line. It is trending down, my man. I hope that helps. Sorry I couldn't get to everyone, but I can't spend an hour and a half today. I got to call it at 1 hour. And thank you so much for your support. Thanks for smashing the like button. I appreciate all of you. And we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. And definitely go take a look at that other video if you missed it from last night. I think it's an important one, a great opportunity. And we'll see you on the next one.